Hey Yankees fans, welcome to Yankees Rumors and News, your go-to spot for the latest buzz and updates about our team. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a scoop. The New York Yankees, always at the center of baseball's biggest offseason buzz, might be on the verge of making one of the boldest moves in recent memory. All winter long, the Bombers have been heavily linked to Cody Bellinger, the former MVP and one of the premier outfielders in the game, but recent developments suggest that the Yankees might just pivot their strategy and chase Kyle Tucker instead. A move that could redefine the 2026 Yankees roster before it even takes shape. This isn't just another offseason rumor. It's a potential seismic shift that could leave fans and analysts alike scrambling to reevaluate the Yankees' approach to free agency. It's no secret that New York's front office has narrowed its focus to the primary targets, Bellinger and Tucker. Both players bring star power, offensive firepower, and defensive prowess to the table. But the calculus is complicated. According to recent chatter, Cody Bellinger's agent, the legendary Scott Boras, may be strategically waiting for Kyle Tucker to make his decision before moving forward with his client. This waiting game puts the Yankees in an unusual and risky position. If they sit on the sidelines too long, they might lose out on both players entirely, leaving them with a significantly thinner outfield rotation and forcing the team to rely heavily on younger, less proven talent like Spencer Jones and Jasson Dominguez. Kyle Tucker's potential appeal for the Yankees is undeniable. He is projected to command a massive contract, with The Athletic speculating on a 12-year deal worth $460 million. That kind of investment is staggering, even for a team with the financial might of the Yankees. But recent proposals have suggested a slightly more manageable scenario, a 10-year deal worth $360 million, while still historic. This alternative contract could make Tucker a feasible centerpiece for the Yankees' outfield ambitions without completely derailing other roster priorities, like addressing the starting pitching depth that has been a lingering concern for the Bronx Bombers. Analysts like Joel Reuter have emphasized that a reunion with Cody Bellinger is still very much on the table, but that the timing of his signing is tied closely to Tucker's own market decisions. Bellinger, with his smooth left-handed swing, elite defensive skills, and consistent ability to produce high fly ball rates, remains an ideal fit for Yankee Stadium and the team's overall offensive strategy. Tucker, on the other hand, is a multifaceted threat. He is a former Gold Glove winner, consistently posts 30 homer, 30 stolen base seasons, and offers a power-speed combination that is rare in the modern game. The Yankees must weigh the guaranteed ceiling of Tucker against the proven track record and overall fit of Bellinger, creating a strategic dilemma that is as thrilling as it is nerve-wracking. From a purely tactical standpoint, signing Tucker might represent the highest risk, highest reward move the Yankees could make this offseason. The team risks not only overextending financially, but also potentially sacrificing the better overall contact hitter and defensive presence that Bellinger provides. Bellinger is only marginally older than Tucker, which makes the age argument somewhat irrelevant in this context. Yet the Yankees have to consider the immediate impact of each player in their lineup. A team built to contend for a World Series in 2026 can ill afford to gamble on potential. When a proven commodity is available, Bellinger's ability to produce consistent offensive numbers and stabilize the outfield cannot be overlooked. However, the potential loss of Bellinger to a competitor adds another layer of urgency. Teams like the New York Mets and Los Angeles Dodgers are very much in the hunt for Bellinger, and Boras has hinted at additional suitors, creating a competitive landscape where hesitation could be costly. If Bellinger signs elsewhere, the Yankees could find themselves relying almost entirely on a younger, less experienced cohort of outfielders, including Spencer Jones and Jasson Dominguez, who, while talented, have yet to prove they can handle the pressure and grind of a full major league season in New York. This makes the decision not only about talent acquisition, but also about risk management and roster balance. The looming possibility of another Juan Soto scenario, where a marquee free agent slips through the Yankees' fingers, adds even more pressure. New York cannot afford to be passive in this market. The offensive production of Tucker is undeniably tantalizing, especially in a ballpark like Yankee Stadium that rewards both power and speed. Yet, the wisdom of going all in on Tucker hinges on the team's ability to absorb the financial hit without compromising other areas of need. Starting pitching, in particular, is a glaring gap, and spending a colossal sum on one player could limit the Yankees' flexibility In addressing those deficiencies, from a fan perspective, this offseason saga is compelling. The potential of seeing Tucker patrolling the outfield while contributing a 30-30 season or witnessing Bellinger reunite with the team and deliver his reliable production is enough to keep Yankee Nation on the edge of their seats. Every rumor, every social media post, and every statement from agents like Boras becomes a critical data point in an unfolding drama that could define the Yankees' competitive window. For years to come, it's more than just a contract negotiation. It's a chess match where timing, leverage, and strategic foresight will determine whether the Yankees secure a franchise-altering addition or watch from the sidelines as their rivals consolidate talent. Ultimately, the Yankees find themselves in a precarious balancing act. They must decide whether to risk waiting for Bellinger and potentially coming away empty-handed, or pivot decisively to pursue Tucker and embrace the accompanying financial and strategic risks. Both paths have pros and cons, and the stakes are as high as they have been in recent memory. The next moves by Brian Cashman and the Yankees front office will not just shape the 2026 roster, they will signal the team's broader approach to free agency and its willingness to take calculated risks in pursuit of sustained excellence. The combination of financial commitment, roster construction, and player fit creates a scenario that could either catapult the Yankees back into contention or leave them scrambling to fill gaps. As the season approaches, as the days tick by, the tension mounts. Every rumor about Bellinger's potential signing or Tucker's projected contract heightens anticipation and speculation. Fans are weighing the merits of each player, debating who is the better fit for the Yankee style of play, and imagining how the lineup might look once one of these stars finally dons the pinstripes. Whether the team ultimately lands Tucker, Bellinger, or somehow navigates to acquire both, one thing is certain: the New York Yankees are playing a high-stakes game, and the outcome will resonate far beyond the walls of Yankee Stadium, influencing not only their championship aspiration, but the entire narrative of Major League Baseball's 2026 season. This decision, while complex and fraught with risk, underscores the Yankees' unwavering ambition. The franchise has always been defined by its pursuit of excellence, its willingness to spend, and its appetite for marquee talent. In considering Tucker over Bellinger, or vice versa, the Yankees are confronting a classic dilemma. Do they prioritize proven performance, strategic fit, and defensive reliability? Or do they chase the ceiling of unprecedented talent, power-speed combination, and marketability? Every analyst, fan, and rival team is watching closely, knowing that the Yankees' choice will echo throughout baseball's offseason and set the stage for a summer of high drama, record-breaking contracts, and potentially transformative roster moves. For now, the Yankees' path remains uncertain. The balance between risk and reward, between financial prudence and bold action, will determine whether the team emerges from the offseason stronger, hungrier, and more capable of contending for a World Series, or whether hesitation and market dynamics leave them scrambling for alternatives in the ever-intense theater of Major League Baseball. The Yankees' next move may well be the headline that defines the 2026 season. Before a single pitch has even been thrown, fans can only wait, debate, and imagine. But one thing is clear: the New York Yankees are once again at the center of baseball's grandest stage, and their next decision could be historic. If you're enjoying the updates, drop a like and let us know in the comments your thoughts on this rumor. Hold on to your hats, baseball fans, because what we are hearing right now could completely shake the foundations of Major League Baseball as we know it. Sources close to the front offices, who have asked to remain anonymous, are suggesting that the unthinkable might actually be happening. Juan Soto, yes, the same Juan Soto whose name has become synonymous with elite hitting and generational talent, could be making a monumental return to the New York Yankees in a deal that would immediately go down in history as one of the most jaw-dropping transactions the league has ever seen. Now, before you dismiss this as just another rumor, consider the sheer scale of what would be involved here. The Yankees, known for their audacious spending and appetite for superstardom, have been reportedly in secret talks with multiple parties, exploring every angle to bring Soto back to the Bronx. And insiders claim that the discussions are at a level that suggests it could be more than just speculation. Imagine, if you will, Juan Soto stepping back into Yankee Stadium, the very place where he first mesmerized fans with his uncanny ability to control at-bats, his plate discipline that borders on clairvoyance, and that power that seems almost unfair for any pitcher to face. The idea of him returning to a team that has always demanded excellence where the spotlight is relentless and expectations are sky high, sends shivers down the spine of every MLB analyst and fan alike. Reports indicate that the Yankees are prepared to offer a package that might include not only top-tier prospects, but also seasoned players who can immediately impact the roster. A mix that could rival some of the most aggressive trades ever attempted in the history of the sport. The whispers are that negotiations have been fluid, that there are still hurdles to overcome, particularly around salaries, bonuses, and long-term contract implications. But the mere fact that this is even being discussed has already sent shockwaves through the baseball world. From the outside, one might wonder why Juan Soto would even consider a return to the Yankees, given his current status as a free agent who can command any offer he wants. But insiders suggest that the lure of New York, combined with the Yankees' ability to assemble a contender almost instantly, could be enough to sway his decision. Soto has always been a player who thrives under pressure, whose talent seems magnified when the stakes are highest, and the Yankees, with their storied history and appetite for winning, represent an environment where he could potentially cement his legacy even further. The combination of market visibility and the opportunity to chase another World Series with a team that has everything in place might just be the perfect storm for this reunion to actually happen. Now, let's talk about the logistics, because if this rumor is true, it would require an absolutely monumental orchestration behind the scenes. The Yankees are reportedly in discussions not just with Soto and his representatives, but also with multiple teams that might be involved in the exchange of assets, creating a three-way or even four-way scenario that could include top prospects from several organizations. This is the kind of trade that keeps general managers up at night, the kind that fans dream about, and the kind that could instantly redefine the balance of power in the American League. The sources hint that while nothing is signed or finalized, the momentum is real, the talks are serious, and everyone involved is fully aware of the magnitude of what could be unfolding. What makes this story even more compelling is the timing. The Yankees, after recent seasons of underwhelming playoff results despite massive investments, seem determined to make a statement, to remind the league and their fans that the Bronx Bombers are not a team to be underestimated. Adding a player of Soto's caliber would do more than just boost the lineup. It would send a signal across the sport that the Yankees are willing to move heaven and earth to return to dominance. Imagine the lineup with Soto back in the middle, facing pitchers who now have to contend not only with Aaron Judge and other stars, but also with one of the most disciplined, feared hitters in the modern game. The ripple effect would be enormous, not just on the field but in terms of ticket sales, merchandise, and even the broader narrative of MLB's competitive landscape, of course. As with any rumor of this magnitude, there are plenty of skeptics. Some analysts are pointing out the potential hurdles, Soto's contract expectations, the logistics of moving multiple players, and the risk involved in giving up top prospects for a player who, while undoubtedly elite, would be entering a team with its own internal dynamics to manage. Yet, the counter-argument is equally strong. The Yankees have never been a franchise to shy away from risk when the potential reward is historic, and the opportunity to reunite with a player who fits their culture and their vision for immediate championship contention might outweigh any of those concerns. The chatter around the industry suggests that even rival teams are watching closely, aware that if this trade happens, it will be the kind of headline that dominates sports news for months and could influence decisions in other franchises for years to come. There is also the human element to consider. Soto's relationship with the Yankees organization, his familiarity with the stadium, the fans, and even the city itself could play a critical role in making this reunion appealing. Sources indicate that there is mutual interest, that both the player and the team recognize the unique chemistry that exists, and that a return is not outside the realm of possibility. Add to this the intrigue of New York media, which thrives on speculation and rumor, and the narrative practically writes itself. The prodigal son returns, the Yankees swing for glory, and the entire league braces for impact. It is exactly the type of story that keeps fans glued to their screens, analysts debating endlessly, and social media buzzing with endless theories and hypotheticals. As this story continues to develop, one thing is certain: whether or not Juan Soto actually dons the pinstripes again, the rumor alone has injected a level of excitement into MLB that is hard to overstate. Conversations that were once confined to whispers among insiders are now reaching mainstream coverage, with every new tidbit analyzed, debated, and dissected by fans, pundits, and former players alike. If the deal does come to fruition, it will likely be remembered as one of the most ambitious, high-stakes moves in modern baseball history, but even if it falls through, the fact that it was ever on the table is enough to cement this moment as one of the most talked-about sagas of recent times. Baseball is a sport of stories, of heroes, of rivalries, and of the occasional shockwave that leaves everyone asking how they ever expected the status quo to remain the same. Juan Soto back in the Yankees uniform would be exactly that kind of shockwave, one that could redefine an era and ignite passions in ways few could predict. So, while we wait for official confirmation, the speculation alone is worth savoring. Imagine the lineup cards, the locker room chatter, the strategy meetings as managers scramble to prepare for a team suddenly transformed by the potential return of a generational talent. The domino effect on trades, contracts, and the league's power balance could be unprecedented, and for fans of the Yankees, it's the kind of dream scenario that fuels endless debate, social media threads, and fantasies of a postseason run that could echo through history. Whether this becomes reality or remains a tantalizing rumor, one thing is undeniable: Major League Baseball is in the midst of a story that could rival any blockbuster, with Juan Soto at the center, and the Yankees daring to dream bigger than anyone thought possible. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you stay up to date with every Yankees rumor and news. See you in the next video.